He will be sued, and I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next 30 days.
Notes. Not only should he have apologized to Cassie in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied to.
Imagine sitting in a courtroom, the tension so thick you could slice through it. One of the entertainment industry's most powerful figures sits at the defendant's table, facing life-altering charges. The stakes are sky high, capital punishment looms on the horizon. Just when it seems the situation can't get any more intense, the FBI drops a bombshell: video evidence.
This has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
The room erupts into chaos. What happens next? Let's break it down. The latest courtroom drama surrounding Diddy is nothing short of jaw-dropping. The once celebrated music mogul who spent decades building a massive empire now stands on the brink of losing it all. But it's not just the shocking allegations. It's Diddy's own reaction that has everyone stunned. Gone is the cool, composed persona the public knows.
The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
In its place is someone visibly furious, frustrated, and desperate to prove his innocence. But is he really innocent, or are we witnessing the unraveling of one of the biggest cover-ups in celebrity history? Let's rewind a bit.
The housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which means that any movement within that unit is controlled and coordinated, and no inmate moves outside of his cell without being in full restraints, to include leg irons, handcuffs, a belly chain, and at least 2, if not 3 staff members escorting them.
Diddy, known for his extravagant lifestyle and larger-than-life persona, has long been the king of unforgettable parties, the kind that drew Hollywood A-listers and even international royalty. These weren't your average gatherings, they were legendary. Now those very parties are at the center of an explosive investigation that could put Diddy away for good. Over the years, whispers circulated about how wild these events got, but no one could have anticipated the shocking revelations that surfaced in court.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
The FBI video, yes, *** video, captured footage from one of Diddy's notorious gatherings, and it left the entire courtroom speechless. As the video played, an eerie silence filled the room, broken only by the occasional gasp. Picture the scene: high-profile attorneys, reporters, and even Diddy's closest allies all sitting wide-eyed as the truth about what went down at these infamous parties began to unravel. It was the kind of footage you'd never believe, unless you saw it with your own eyes.
Mom's gonna always ride for their babies.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can get sentenced to 100 years for killing 27 million people, and they'll be like, but that's my baby, or he's not the person y'all betrayed him to be.
Yeah, she mentioned have his day in court and speak his piece, and you know that you had reported that his attorney said Diddy's going to take the stand. I'm just really trying to figure out, what is he going to say?
But perhaps the most shocking part wasn't the video itself, it was Diddy's reaction. The man who once commanded every room with his charm and swagger completely lost it. He stood up, disrupting the entire proceeding, shouting that he was innocent, that it was all a setup, that he'd been framed. His legal team scrambled to calm him down, but it was too late. His outburst was like a live grenade, throwing the courtroom into chaos.
That this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
His rage was undeniable, and in that moment, you could see the panic in his eyes. Why the sudden explosion? Maybe it was because Diddy knew just how damaging that video could be. Or perhaps for the first time, he realized he might not be able to talk his way out of this one.
That clearly there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes.
His frantic claims of being set up only added fuel to the fire, leaving everyone wondering, if he's innocent, why is he losing control? Could it be that the walls are closing in faster than he expected? Either way, it was a moment no one in that courtroom will forget anytime soon. In the days following the incident, whispers about what really went down spread like wildfire. Supporters rushed to get the inside scoop, while legal experts debated the implications of Diddy's courtroom meltdown.
And having somebody not to ask like manly advice, and just things that you would ask your father. Also things that you would celebrate with him, that would make him proud, you know. My father was a hustler.
Some argued that his outburst was the mark of a guilty conscience, while others saw it as the reaction of an innocent man pushed to the brink. No matter where you stand, one thing is certain. Diddy is in the fight of his life, and it's not just the legal battle he faces. He's also up against the court of public opinion. Speaking of public opinion, Diddy's once loyal supporters seem to have vanished. Even his family, who stood by him through thick and thin, are suddenly silent.
And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the lack of vocal support from his children, especially his sons Justin and Christian, is particularly noticeable. These are the same kids who once proudly stood by his side at high-profile events, basking in his success. Now nothing. While there may be legal reasons for their silence, it's hard not to speculate that perhaps they're distancing themselves for other reasons. And it's not just Diddy's sons who have pulled away. His longtime ex-partners who shared the spotlight with him for years are also keeping their distance. Misa Hilton, Justin's mother, was the first to publicly criticize the tactics used during the raid on Diddy's home. But even she has stayed relatively quiet about the deeper implications of the case.
Now, so what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that?
As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released.
Kim Porter, the mother of 3 of his children, tragically passed away years ago, but it's hard not to wonder how she might have responded if she were still alive. Then there's Sarah Chapman, mother of his daughter Chance, and Dana Tran, mother of his youngest child, Love. Both women have kept a low profile throughout the ordeal, raising questions about just how fractured Diddy's once tight-knit family has become. So what does this mean for Diddy's legal battle? When your own family starts to distance themselves, it's never a good sign. In a world where public perception plays a huge role, the absence of familial support could suggest that even those closest to him have their doubts. And let's be honest, in situations like this, people are quick to notice every detail.
With all the money he has and all the resources he has, they couldn't craft some solution that lets him be under some form of house arrest. And again, it sounds like special treatment, but the truth of the matter is, to incarcerate somebody like him is expensive to all of us. We're taxpayers, and he's got to have unique situations. You can't put him in general population where, everyone wants a piece of him and everyone wants to be his friend and everyone. So
the silence from Diddy's family has left many wondering if there's more to the story than what we've been told. While his family may be keeping their distance, one person has remained fiercely loyal throughout this entire ordeal: his mother, Janice Combs. Janice has always been Diddy's rock, the one who never wavered in her support for her son. In a heartfelt statement, she called the allegations against him lies and asserted that he is being unfairly targeted. She even described what's happening to him as a public lynching. A powerful, emotional statement that underscores just how deeply she believes in her son's innocence.
He was I was 3 years old. I don't have a lot of memories of my father. They say, you can't miss something you never had. So that's only a little ways right, There's definitely been times as I've gotten older that I've missed my father.
Janice's defense of Diddy isn't surprising when you consider their history. She raised him as a single mother after his father, Melvin Combs, was tragically lost when Diddy was just a young child.
I think that even if we don't know our parents, we still have their DNA in us. We have their genes. I have his hustler's mentality, his hustler spirit, his drive, his determination, his swag.
For years, Diddy believed his father had died in a car accident, but as he grew older, he uncovered the truth. Melvin had been shot and lost his life in connection with Harlem's underground world. This complex background only deepens Janice's fierce loyalty and commitment to her son during this tumultuous time.
Controlled every aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
This revelation had a profound impact on Diddy, shaping him into the man he is today, or perhaps into the man he's now accused of being. The truth about his father's violent past forced Diddy to confront harsh realities and likely influenced his choices, both personal and professional. This complex legacy continues to play a significant role in the narrative surrounding his current legal troubles. It's difficult to determine how much of Diddy's current behavior can be traced back to the trauma of losing his father at such a young age. However, there's no denying that it left a lasting mark. In interviews, Diddy has shared how his father's absence drove him to succeed, to hustle, and to create a life that surpassed anything his father could have ever imagined. But at what cost? Could it be that in his relentless pursuit of success, he lost sight of the values his mother worked so hard to instill in him?
With very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout.
Or did the harsh reality of his father's life make Diddy feel he had to follow a similar path, regardless of the consequences? This is a question that will likely haunt Diddy as the case unfolds. While his mother continues to stand by his side, the rest of his family seems to be grappling with the same dilemma.
Rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors, yeah. I don't know that there's any proof or anything other.
Are they distancing themselves because they believe Diddy is guilty, or are they simply protecting their own reputations as the story around him intensifies? Either way, it's clear that this case has shaken Diddy's world to its core, and the fractures in his family are becoming increasingly apparent.
I saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
Now let's step back and discuss the legal implications of what's happening. This isn't just a case of a celebrity facing accusations. The charges against Diddy are as serious as they come. The FBI's involvement, the raids on his homes, and the video evidence all point to a massive investigation that's been brewing for years.
I remember, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside.
While Diddy claims he's been framed, the sheer volume of evidence against him is staggering. We're talking about allegations that span decades, with multiple individuals coming forward to share their stories. These are people who claim to have been part of Diddy's world, who attended his infamous parties, and who witnessed the darker side of his empire.
If the government is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being, they have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
Let's not overlook the testimonies from those who say they were manipulated into attending these gatherings, where they allege that things took a turn for the worse. The weight of these accusations is significant, raising serious questions about the culture surrounding Diddy and the actions that may have taken place behind closed doors.
And so I learned early in life that there was only two ways out of that dead end jail. And it made me work that even harder. So sometimes you can't just answer why things happen, but.
As the case unfolds, it's becoming increasingly clear that this is not just a simple he said, she said situation. The FBI has been building their case for a long time, gathering evidence and speaking with witnesses.
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes.
Incredible. And, it brings into context our whole system of innocent till proven guilty. Why is he not being given bond? And, we could debate that all day long. Of all people that's unlikely to flee or get away, well, he's got the resources to flee, but he's so recognizable. And isn't he innocent till proven guilty? Well, yeah, but, we have to recognize there are degrees of innocent till proven guilty.
With the video evidence now out in the open, it's becoming harder for Diddy to maintain his innocence. The footage reportedly reveals a side of Diddy that the public has never seen before.
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Island. By the way, if you got to run to a private island because your evil doings are doing so much and they storming your house, it's one of these.
Evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances.
A side that stands in stark contrast to the carefully crafted image he has spent years projecting. This shocking revelation could have profound implications for both his legal battle and his public persona.
Diddy's mom has finally spoken out amidst everything that is happening right now. Janice Small Combs provided a statement to some outlets via her attorney. So she starts off by saying it's very heartbreaking to see her son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
It sounded crazy. Like I said before, they said that 2,300 people reached out to the law firm. And out of the 2,300 people, I guess they decided to go with just a little over 100, which seems like it's they just put out the number and everybody's calling to see if they can get a check.
It's insane. It's insane. Now, again, he did say that nothing has been filed yet because he says he wants to make sure that they do their due diligence and get this right.